Good afternoon, Art-Alchemy. So, I took a little nap today. I should have done this video and stuff before, but I took a nap. I much needed a nap on this Saturday. So I wanted to swatch with you guys and talk a little bit about Daniel Smith. So this is the set that I got in that marvelous, luxurious box from Jackson, which I have zero regrets. And a couple of things. I wanted the stuff that it was inside minus Daniel Smith. I already have Daniel Smith, so this is my collection of Daniel Smith since I started watercolors over. It's gonna be 2 years ago in December of 2021. I started. So yeah, it's been quite the journey, and I'm still learning. I learned a lot, but I'm still learning. And Daniel Smith was one of the brands that I came across right when I started, excuse me, because I was subscribing. I had bought like 5 or 6 boxes, our boxes from Paletful Packs, and a lot of people were saying Daniel Smith, Daniel Smith, and I'm like, who is this Daniel Smith? Because they wouldn't explain to you; they would just assume that you knew, and I was very new to the just the art in general. And I was trying to get through my drawing class, which was like a meh class, and I was like, I need color in my life. I need something like that. So that year, I decided that for Christmas, I was gonna buy myself, I think it was like around $150 worth of like art boxes, because they were past boxes, and that's when Palefo Packs was pulling out pretty nice boxes, and since they're locally to me, their shipping was like not at all. It was barely anything. So yeah, I was really happy about that, and I think I even filmed it, and that's how my YouTube ended up becoming a YouTube channel. Because I think I no, I didn't film that. That's before. So I took pictures, and I remember my Instagram account started to go up. Crazy enough, my Instagram is like, it's very strong. Have a lot of followers, and here I seem to struggle. I'm not sure why, but it could be the videos. They're not as high quality. But anyway, but the content is, and a lot of you are telling me that I do put out good information. That's all that matters to me. So yeah, so this is what I got in that luxurious Jackson box. So I also, I was gonna sell them, but then I said no. Let me give them another try. For some reason, in the last year or so, I've been falling out of love with Daniel Smith. When I first bought them, and I had bought this little set for Amazon, this mix set for $29, and I remember it was like super cheap, and I got it and I put him in here. Now I got this little box from Paletful Packs, and I was like, oh cool, I'm so smart, because then I'll have 3 more that I don't have in that, and then that mix, and then I put them together, and this is how I used to work, and yeah, it worked for me. As you can see, I mean, I haven't touched this little palette in a very long time. I think over a year now. This little one is not. This is a Turner, and I just used a well, but that is not a Deb Smith, and that's because I didn't have alizarin crimson, and I didn't know how fugitive it was, but I didn't care because I was just learning and all this stuff, and I really like the paints. The paints, Daniel. If in case you don't know, which is impossible, but I will give you my 2 cents about it. So Daniel Smith paints are very good. They're a little bit pricier, but I think at the time when I started watercolor, they were still kind of starting their half pans, so their half pans were not really available. So they were all still tube sets, so you could still find affordable. And I found these big ones at Amazon, which were like a trio for $25, a trio for $28, so on eBay and Amazon. And this one was not. This one was $15 last summer, all on its own. And I didn't really like that. For some reason, I don't really paint for it. But back to this. So as you can see, I painted it a lot because I wanted to use this whole paint before, so I stopped using it basically. And this little palette, But as you can see, I haven't touched it over here, and they're like hard as a rock. And I did notice that like 8 months into my watercolor journey, I used to use these a lot. I did notice then that it was really hard to reconstitute them. So that's like one of my number one things, where at the time I didn't really know. So I thought it was like, okay, we'll just drown them in water. But then that became super annoying when I got Rosa and I got some other colors, Sennelier, and I was like, oh wow, like these re-wet really well, and these Daniel Smith do not. So this little palette ended up like, I ended up just like not using it, and I put it to the side, and I started using all the other watercolors. And then I started getting into more other type of watercolors, and that's where I fell out of love with these. And then I realized like, oh my god, I haven't even touched my Daniel Smith in a long time, and that kind of made me sad. And that's where that palette, remember the palette that I did earlier in the year, that's where I squeezed a lot of these and I put them in there so I could use them. But I still don't reach out for them, and I'm not sure why. So when I thought about reselling this, and I was like, no, you know what? Let me see if the colors and anything. I did find that normally I complain about the earth colors because I tend to get one or two, and I'm like, but then I'm okay with it. But this is a complete set of 12. Although they're 5 millimeter, they are really good. They fill all the way to the top. And like you see, they last a really long time. This almost 2 years, and I still have quite a bit of paint in here, and then I have a whole palette still with quite a bit of paint of Daniel Smith in there. So they do last for a long time. They give you a big bang for your buck. So what I was thinking, I was like, well, let me swatch these. And I noticed there's a difference. These are US based and they're harder. And these ones were the ones that I didn't have here, which are a lot of them I don't have now from this new set. They were so easy to get out of the little tube. So I was like, maybe the newer ones, maybe you're not supposed to, they're meant to use, I guess, faster than other watercolors, even though they're very poignant. But because these from Jackson are really nice. And I did notice my Kuretake were the same way. I'm not sure here because in the US, if people don't buy them, they keep to store them longer than they should. I'm not sure, but paint lasts a long time, so I'm not really sure. But I did notice this is the second set that I've noticed that is done that. So I don't know if Jackson just pays more attention, but anyway. So yeah, here we are with Daniel Smith. So I decided to keep it, and I did look, and I did end up getting a good deal for that really nice gift box for 150. I think it has gone up now because it's not on sale. The watercolor deals are gone, but I did manage to, because I always wanted to buy. So when I get money, I'm gonna buy, and the price goes down. I wanted to get the Daniel Smith the collection from, it's a really nice bright collection like this one, although this one is more complete, from Jane Haynes, I think that's her name. But you I think it's right now is $65, but you only get 10 actually, 10 5 millimeter watercolors, so it's not even 12. And then I got this really nice tin. I really like these tins that I get from Jackson. I got them from these Art paints too, so I really like these. I think they come really in handy. Then I can make them in little pellets if I want to, but the tube seems to store really well there. So yeah, so I'm gonna swatch these for you on camera. But before I do that, I just wanted to say, so hopefully this will help me go back into falling to Daniel Smith watercolors. I'm gonna force myself to use them a lot more, starting probably today, and we'll see. But I'm gonna try to use them a lot in September, October, and see if that works. And I'm gonna rearrange my other palette that I had put them in. I might put them in. I was thinking maybe I should, because they're hard to re-wet, maybe I should squeeze them into not plastic palettes but ceramic palette. So The ceramic palette, the little one that I have, the 19 well, I want to keep it like free, but I want to get the 37 well, which guys, when I told you guys about that it was $28 and change and cheap Joe's, they sold out on the second one. So they had sold out on the one that the bigger one, the 37 well, which are small wells. And that's another reason they're small wells, so I could easily um, find out which ones I use more, the colors, and write them down from Daniel Smith. And then in the future, I could get more. And then the ones that I don't use, like for example, this French okra. I think it's over here. French okra. I got this as a set, and I don't really use it. I don't really like it, but it is a nice color. This quinacridone burnt orange, I really like this from Daniel Smith, but I don't really. Oh, and then I think I really fell out of Daniel Smith when last summer. It'll be a year this month that I ordered a lot of Roman schmaltz, and I just fell in love with those paints, like in love. Those re-wet like this, and I have a big collection because they were so cheap. They were even cheaper last year than they were now. So FYI. So before I swatch my Daniel Smith new paints for you, old and new, I wanted to talk about this. So I bought this Escoda Versatile number 12 round. It's a treble one. When you put it together, it just looks regular, but it's a treble. I'm out of all the travel ones I got, so now I got one from Da Vinci. I got one from what is it? The other Italian. What I forget with the T. And then I have this one from Escoda, and I have as you know, I have quite a bit of sets of Escoda Traverse and True Regular. I really do, and they're Escoda synthetic. I really love these brushes. They're well made. They kept really well. You could take them in your pocket. I like the fact that this is like metal, and they're just well made. Um, I like the other one, the Italian one too. That's a real brush. Um, but because I like the small, I like the gold. But guys, like if you want to spend your money, Skoda synthetic is the way to go. They really are a high quality, and I was so blessed that at the beginning of this year, I acquired that little set that it has gone up a lot since. And this one, well, Jackson, when the brush sale last week went on, I saw this one along with another like flat brush, and they said it's Skoda, so it was like $25. It was insanely cheap. But I guess the people that get notified first, they all bought it, and it didn't come out on the stock. So I was trying to find, I'm like, where can I get this one? Because I have a 16 round, but that one's like really big. And the one that Jacksons that they were selling for 25, it was a number 6 round, this is a number 12, and I think it's quite small. So a number 6 will probably be half of this. So I'm kind of glad I got this. This came up in my I don't know how it came up when I was trying to find the dual. I didn't get the dual, but I got this one for the same price, but on Amazon, and it was like I didn't have to wait. No extra fees. It was like $22. And for this one, which I thought it was really good because instead of getting a number 6, I got a number 12, and I was actually pretty happy about that because the number 6 would have been the bristles would have been a lot smaller. So yeah, I thought that it would serve me well to do. I already used it once, and I took the binder off, and it's really, really nice, and I haven't used it since because I was waiting to do this Daniel Smith video for you. So yeah, those were my 2 cents for Daniel Smith and Escoda brushes. If you ever want good travel brushes, Escoda is the way to go. But they are from the Da Vinci ones. All I have to say that it's smaller because the Da Vinci one cost me around the same price as this one, $22 from Jackson. and it's very small. It's half of this size when you put it together. Now it's easier to take, and it's plastic, but it is also well made. And but it's like, I have small hands, and it's really small. It's like smaller than my hands when you put it together. So that's why I like these Skoda ones, because when you put them together, although they're travel, they're very easy. They're like a regular brush when you put them together. So yeah. So I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff and start swatching for you on camera all the Daniel Smith colors. Alright guys, so I have these are all the Daniel Smith colors that I'm swatching today, 12. So some of them I had, like this Hansa Yellow Light I had. This is the new Gamboge Pyro Orange. Alizarin Crimson, I finally have it, even though it's fugitive. It's a beautiful color. Deep Scarlet, Rose Ultramarine, I already had that. This is really nice. Ultramarine Blue, I have the French Ultramarine that came with the small set. I do not have this one. I didn't even know there was a different one. Pathalio Blue, I have this one. It's a beautiful color. Cascade Green is the one that I have. Undersea, no, Cascade Green I do not have. I do have this one, Undersea Green, and then Raw Umber, I don't have that one. And then Tint, New Tint, I do not have that one. I have the Ivory Black. So here we go. So Hansa Yellow. So see, so I laid these before I started on camera, maybe like 5 minutes prior to that. So this first one has been sitting there for probably about 10 minutes before I started talking to you guys on camera. But see how it re-wets really well. I'm really happy about that. And if you buy Daniel Smith products, like, one thing about it that you're not gonna be disappointed, because the color, it is insanely good. I mean, the color payoff, look at that. I really love this new Gamboge from Daniel Smith. It's actually one of my favorites from Daniel Smith. Everybody puts lemon yellow, and I love lemon yellow, but this new Gamboge is just really nice. Like, it's hard to compete with it from another line. I think the roses are the only ones that really can compete, and even so, I think they still come out short. So this is the Pyro Orange. I don't have this one. Look how beautiful it is, and see how, like, the little dots, although they set, they re-wet really nicely. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. See, I'm gonna make a little, when I like colors, I tend to do this, and they will blend with other colors, which is okay. I mean, I just don't like to waste paint. And yeah, Daniel Smith colors are so, this is alizarin. They're so poignant. I mean, look at that. And like, I think the camera doesn't do it justice. Trust me. They are very poignant. Like, see, I like the way that it'll mix. And see how the water, only with 4 colors. Yeah, this Daniel, I'm so glad I bought this. So now it's the Deep Scarlet. I'm so glad I bought this, because yeah, it's definitely doing what it needs to be doing, which I'm gonna rearrange all my Daniel Smith, and I'm actually gonna add the buff titanium that I got from Da Vinci in here, because I think it'll, Da Vinci paints, I have a small little set besides the buff titanium, and they actually, I did notice they go really well with the Daniel Smith ones, because it's like they complement each other. They're really soft, and I don't know, and I just did notice that it complements really well with Daniel Smith. It doesn't take away from either or. So this is the Rose of Ultramarine. Yeah, this is a very, very poignant color. Like this is the one that you need to put a little small dot, because it will See how, and I even water it down and it's still, it's very, very, very vibrant. This is one of my favorite colors from Daniel Smith. I did on this little palette. I do have it on there, and I think it's and yeah, and it's just amazing. Look at how the small mass tone, and I didn't even, I have more in here and I didn't even use it. And look, and water down and you could still see it. I think it granulates as well. A lot of these Daniel Smith granulates. So this is now the ultramarine blue. I don't have an ultramarine. The one that I have over there is a French ultramarine, which I'm yet to see what the difference is. That'll be cool. Maybe that'll be a really nice small video for you guys. Let me know if you want to see it, comment on it. Oh yeah, this compared to the French that I have, and I could see it, this is more, it's darker. This is like a real ultramarine. Okay. And see how beautiful this pyro orange just like laid out. Oh, so beautiful. Okay. I'm falling back in love with Daniel Smith. So this is a Phthalo blue. I guess all I needed was a really nice gift box and everything else. I don't know. They are US based, and like I said, even for us, they're quite pricey. So, oh my God, this Phthalo blue is very, I forgot how vibrant. And it's just like, it just melts, and it's like an ocean type of blue. It does lean blue instead of green, I think. This is a Cascade green. This is one of the ones that I don't have, and I've been wanting to try. So yeah, thank you, Jesus. It came out in this beautiful, and see that I did know there is a difference. I know the newer tubes are they're so easy to re-wet. So yay. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna squeeze all the little ones that I have from that I first got when I first started. And yeah, I'm gonna probably, when that ceramic palette from Etcher comes back, I'm probably just gonna squeeze a lot of the little ones in there and not use the plastic ones, and see if there's a difference to use my Daniel Smith, because I really like the Holbein just being in my other ceramic, because it's ceramic palette, because it's so easy to, all you need is the brush and the water and the paper, and it's really easy to work with these colors, and maybe that makes a big difference too. And that little one is a trouble one, is a 37. So this is the undersea green. Yeah, it's very, look how vibrant it is. My water just turned black. It's like, and I'm not done yet. They're just so vibrant. See, this is where I put the line, because I want to see the mixes. This is how I mix. So now we have the raw umber. Sorry guys. Raw umber. So raw umber is pretty, it's, yeah, compared to, I feel it's a little bit weak compared to the other, but it's still stronger than a lot of brands, but it is a little bit weak, and probably I didn't squeeze a lot of it because it's not one of my favorites, but I mean, yeah. So compared to these, look at that, how vibrant and how strong they are. And now we're gonna do the neutral tint. So it's like a black. I have an ivory black from them, and boy oh boy, it's very good. And this one is the same. It moves a lot. So it must be with PVK, I think 27 or something. I'm not sure because I don't like that. But so yeah, this tint tends to move less. But yeah, so there you have it, all 12 of the Daniel Smith. So this beautiful, I'm so glad. So yeah, you guys, I'm probably gonna sit here and swatch a lot of my old ones in here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday, and I will be taking some breaks from videos. I have a lot of things to do with my two classes are my two summer classes are finishing, and then I have some other stuff going, personal stuff going on. So that I need to get ready for in come September, because start college again and all this stuff. So I still have to work out some of those details. But you guys keep painting, keep on going. But what I will do is I will take a break from making videos. I was pumping them out, like, because I had stuff going on. Well, I am gonna make another video, but it'll be probably small, and it's like swatching of Potter's Pink, May Mary Blue, and two schminkas. One is a tube, and the other one is the pan set. I bought them both from Jackson. So that's the only thing that. But until they get here, so it might not be next week. I don't know when. Jackson already sent them, but it takes a while. All right. Well, until then, I will be showing you what I'm doing on my shorts, and I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. And yep, buy some Daniel Smith if you don't. Bye.